Hi guys, welcome to this episode. Today, we're looking at an interesting natural phenomenon that is seen by many as one of the most dangerous places on the planet. Join us on this journey as we delve into West Africa to discover the location that has gained a reputation for being arguably the most deadly forest in the world. This is Africa FHS. Please subscribe to our channel to continue to receive more informative and entertaining videos. The dense expanse, which covers a vast area of land, stretches between Borno to Taraba states in northeast Nigeria. Known as the Sambisa Forest, it holds a complex and troubling reputation that goes beyond its scenic beauty. Covering about 518 square kilometers of landscape on a flatland and drained by the Nada and Yedsiram rivers, Sambisa's lush greenery could rightfully be called a pearl in the semi-desert environment that characterizes most parts of the upper region of northern Nigeria. For a long time, it was home to a variety of wild animals such as bush elephants, leopards, lions, hyenas, baboons, monkeys of various species, and gazelle, as well as about 62 different species of birds. It was also rich in flora such as acacia, baobab, rubber, tamarind, terminalia, and date palm, to mention a few. As late as the 1970s, Sambisa attracted tourists for safaris. Sambisa Forest is widely acclaimed for its rich biodiversity, but unfortunately, it also harbors a darker side. Let us go back to the background of how this once beautiful landscape became one of the most dreaded places in the world. During General Ibrahim Babangida's military regime, the government nursed the idea of a national guard. The general cleared the inner areas of the Sambisa Forest Reserve and built a training camp fitted with military facilities. The facility was codenamed Camp Zero. The National Guard was a special security force designed to protect his military regime, separate from the police and the military. Eventually, public outcry prevented the National Guard from taking off. The idea of an uncontrolled special security outfit in the hands of a dictatorial military regime was something the people could not accept. As the project was abandoned, the facilities were, however, left in the bush. These facilities would later be converted into training camps by the dreaded terrorist group Boko Haram some decades later. The journey of Boko Haram into the game reserve started about 11 years ago, when they were dislodged from Maiduguri town by the Nigerian military forces. Finding nowhere else to launch their deadly attacks from, they invaded the jungle. The security guards staffing the gate were killed and the remaining staff scampered away for their lives. Once Boko Haram settled into the forest, making it a hideout, things quickly went out of hand. Combined with natural hazards that one would normally expect in forest depths, it became a highly dangerous place. The terrorists proceeded to set up various camps in the forest and made Camp Zero their headquarters. From these various camps, they carried out plans for some of the brutal attacks which they executed. These included launching deadly raids on towns and villages for killing and pillaging, abduction of women and children for rape, forced marriage, sex slavery, and suicide bombing missions, keeping kidnapped victims for ransom or execution, building a factory to make materials for suicide attacks, as well as armories for looted weapons. For years, this forest has been a symbol of fear for surrounding communities. Its dense foliage and intricate network of pathways made it an ideal place for insurgent groups to conduct their operations. The presence of Boko Haram within the forest created an atmosphere of terror for the locals. This left the Nigerian army with no other option than to invade the forest to take out the terrorists from their fortresses. Thus, for the past few years, the forest has been subjected to aerial and ground bombardments, aimed at the various camps and locations therein. But as the necessary bombings and military actions intensify and succeed in degrading the terrorists, so also do the animals and the Sambisa landscape get destroyed. The images coming out of Sambisa Forest are no longer of animals of various species, beautiful flora, or pleasure-seeking tourists. Rather, the images that have come out in recent years have been of fierce-looking terrorists showing live beheading sessions of captured security operatives, of their leader making incoherent speeches justifying horrendous killings, of soldiers and military tanks cutting through the forest, of forlorn-looking abducted girls and women in the terrorists' camps, of destroyed trees and dead bodies. The once thriving game reserve is dead. The animals are gone. What remains in abundance in the green landscape is a battalion of Nigerian troops battling a motley of brutal terrorists that specialize in killings, bombings, beheadings, and the abduction of girls and women for sex slavery. The forest has lost its serenity and sanctity. It has transformed from a game reserve for human and animal pleasure into a human abattoir of unimaginable proportions. The dangers aren't solely human-made, there are environmental concerns too. Illegal logging, poaching, and other unsustainable practices threaten the delicate ecosystem of the Sambisa Forest. The loss of biodiversity not only affects the forest itself but also disrupts the balance of the larger ecosystem. In conclusion, while Sambisa Forest holds natural beauty, its dangers loom large. While some gains have been made in recent years to tackle these issues, there is still a lot more to do. One can only wonder, will Sambisa Forest ever return to its former glory? Well, only time will tell. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on vital discussions like this one. Keep engaging us as we continue to entertain and inform you through these videos. Until the next episode, have a great one.